Jovial campers, it's the video we've been promising for weeks now. Finally got round to some decent weather back here in York. Colin's just off camera, getting some necessary kit. We're going to do a review of the Banshee 200. This will be the Banshee 200. So what we'll do is we'll start with just showing you how quick we can get this erected. And then from there. Okay, so what we're doing is obviously because we both camp using the same tent, I'm going to put it up on my own just to show you the sort of time that it takes, how easy it is to do, and I'll comment. And I'll already start with a disclaimer to apologise. Despite living in a really nice quiet area, my neighbours have decided they need a bigger house, so we'll have to just work around that, I'm afraid. So 2.4 kilos with poles and pegs. It also comes with patches here, emergency glue kit for the inner, outer and your fly, which I think is a really nice touch from Vango, you know, because I have experience with producing holes. We won't talk about that though. So right, the first thing you notice is this 2016 model. The fly and the outer are now connected internally. It used to be split. Now it's all one thing, so it does make it quicker. Now there are various different methods of putting these up, but we found from the experience, certainly if there's a wind, trying to get the poles in first will give you the orientation. 2016, just small improvements over 2015. They colour-coded the poles. Not necessarily sure why they needed to do that, because quite frankly, if you can't tell the difference between a pole that's 9 foot long and one that's 3, probably shouldn't be wild camping, but nevertheless, and you'll see, I don't know if you can pick it out on the camera there, there's just a little blue tab. Because you can see the orientation that the tent's going to be. I know that this is the head end. So what I do personally now is I literally just put one guy rope in, and it gives me an idea of roughly where it's going to be. Frame process at the other end now with a smaller one, colour-coded red, or almost gold it is actually. Now obviously it's calm here today, there's no wind. That will roughly keep it upright in a stronger wind. So you can see already your tent will now be watertight. If you were in horrific conditions, which a lot of the time it is, you're alright there now because you can stay more or less dry. You can get kit inside that now that quickly. These clips, you've got your base floor here. Dual door, which is fabulous, certainly if you go with a mate, as I do, and you've both got one. Because it doesn't matter which way around we put them. Sometimes it's difficult to get two spots next to each other. This is actually a two-man tent. Now, I personally, I'm not the biggest of blokes, but certainly with all our gear, I wouldn't like to put two men in there, certainly while camping. It's just too small, but I think it's perfect on your own. I don't think it's heavy, I don't think it's difficult to put up, and I don't think it's hard to pack away. This side, obviously, this door goes more or less straight to your outer, so there's very little clearance, but if Colin brings the camera in here, you can see this brilliant system. How they do it, basically this entire inner fly is hanging off clips from the outer, so it doesn't touch the outer. One of the most important things you've got to do when you put it up is make sure you don't get, obviously because I put it up in a lot of a hurry, you can't have them touching. So you will have to often, you know, just reposition it like that, so that you'll always have a gap. This one has this area, so we have a lot more basic ground, so you can store cooking equipment, shoes, even though you won't, because I'll show you another amazing feature that this tent has got. So moving inside, double pockets here, double pockets on the left. Masses and masses of storage, and it is easy, it's flexible, it's easy to store things, more area for ventilation, to put shoes easily, or something else that you want without having to open your main door. So that is basically the setup and living with the Banshee 200. And I'm going to take the GoPro inside. Yeah, these are the tension band systems. You should be able to see it on the GoPro because it's nice and wide. It's another brilliant idea. You can basically just taut them yourself and they clip in. Just in case you're not on 100% even ground, something like that, it'll just tighten everything up. What's that?
Protecting the water resistance.
That's test one. Colin's now going to do another test. This next test, I think, will amuse you, but also demonstrate why we use the Banshee 200s.
So we're going to take it to the extreme. Steve's in there with the GoPro to see if there are any leaks, and I'm going to go all the way around the tent just to make sure that it's as weather sealed as it says it is.
Just don't obviously get too close. So we're now hitting the tent with pressurised water to give you an idea of just how good it is. It just beads immediately. Even under high pressure, it's not coming anything through, and that's without even having the internal layer that I've got here. And it will do this all night.
So there was.
It just beads. I'm actually getting really warm. So what you can see from me, certainly, and I would be honest because it's my tent, it's an interesting test for me as well. It is absolutely bone dry. You can be deceived into thinking it's leaking because you can feel it gets cold and it feels damp, but it's not. Our review of the Banshee 200 and why we use it. It's an exceptional bit of kit. Retails at the moment, I believe, Go Outdoors. Some of the biggest stores are selling it for about £90. I mean, £90 is a steal for this tent. I'm sure there's more I could talk about. I'm sure there's things I've forgotten. Certainly, yeah, I didn't mention the hexagonal system. If you look really carefully, it's got like a hexagonal, like a spider's web effect on the outside. That's a very clever hex system, they call it. It prevents tears. If you pierce it, each one of those hexagonals will then stop the tear permeating further, shall we say. So another brilliant system. And you've got the patch repair kit anyway. You can see the quality of the seals on zips, and you can see this is our dry area that I was talking about. Look, absolutely totally bone dry. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe. Where is it? Where is it, Steve? Where is it? Is it there? Is it there? I don't know. Anywhere. What? Knackered. That worked. Don't forget to subscribe.